Your kids are smart. They're listening. Don't gossip about friends, teachers, family members, or anyone else when your kids are around. They could misunderstand what you're saying, or they could think that it's okay to share private information about other adults. Kids can be insanely frustrating. When you yell at them, it might feel good to let off steam, but it won't help the situation. Kids will yell back or focus only on your anger and not the message you're trying to send. Adopt a quiet voice when you really need to get your point across. Remember the part where kids are listening? It applies here too. Don't badmouth your kid's dad in front of them. Unless you're talking about the tooth fairy, you should avoid telling lies in front of your kids. Be particularly careful about excusing lies, because they're just little white lies. If you don't want your kids to lie to you, don't normalize lying. If you have high expectations from your spouse or child, this could lead to disappointment when they do not follow through. You can tend to compare them with others, which is not a good example as a role model for your child. This is one of the worst things you can do, both as a parent and a partner. Criticizing spouse or child in front of them is an example of emotional abuse and can have destructive effects on the growing child, especially his personality. It may be funny to tease and watch your child's innocent and hilarious reaction, but your child may think you are serious. He or she may grow up with negative thoughts such as a fear for animals or a lack of confidence in front of others. Never publicly laugh at or shame your child. You never know the impact it has on their life. Don't think it is alright to curse and swear in front of your child, as they cannot understand the language or words. They will likely to start off by imitating you, thinking that it is funny. Soon, the regular usage of profanity becomes a habit for them, and they will start to use profanity in their everyday conversation and maybe at you too. An offhand comment about not being able to afford something can send kids into a spiral of worry. You may have meant a pair of heels, but they might wonder if they'll be out on the streets in a few weeks. Don't talk about money in front of your kids unless you're discussing ways to use money responsibly. Whether you're raising sons or daughters, you need to model healthy self-image. Don't talk about feeling fat or hating the way you look. Your kids will learn to self-criticize. They think you're beautiful. Don't you want them to grow up feeling confident and beautiful too? Bribing can be a tempting method to change your child's rogue behavior, but the effects are only short-term. Bribing to a kid or in front of a kid retards their overall mental development and sends him a message that unfair means help him survive in the world. As a responsible adult and a parent to our child, we should never drink or smoke in front of our child unless we want them to pick these habits up when they grow up. Drinking in front of your child might cause them to become fearful of you, as alcohol might cause one to talk loudly. Seems simple enough, right? But let's just reinforce it for anyone who's a little murky on the details. If there is a child under your care, you shouldn't be getting hammered. And yes, this still applies, even if the child is asleep. If you want to give yourself lung cancer, that's totally your decision. But no child should be subjected to secondhand smoke. That's just cruel. Every kid has quirks. Yours might have frequent ear infections or an allergy. Don't talk about your kids' health issues as inconveniences. They'll feel guilty, and they might even hide symptoms from you. Speaking of fighting, it's not okay to get into a screaming match, and definitely not a physical altercation in front of your kid. Your child should never have to calm you down or get in between you and another adult. 10 things responsible parents do. 1. They teach more with actions and examples and less with words. 2. They encourage more and criticize less. 3. They spend quality time with their children. 4. They act as responsible individuals themselves. 5. They encourage dialogues with the kids. 6. They stay connected as a couple. 7. They understand their kids' love language. 8. They let their children take their own decisions. 9. They emphasize more on moral values and less on materialistic things. 10. They take parenting easily by giving good memories. What responsible parents don't do. 1. Don't fake their attention to kids. 2. Don't compare their kids with others. 3. Don't stop their kids from voicing their opinions. 4. Don't thrust their decisions upon their kids. 5. Don't act as great parents.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.